Is the Flamingo good now?
Well, that's what we're here to find out.
We're checking into the Flaming O.
I bet you know it's Flamingo.
With over $100 million spent to renovate the Flamingo, is it the best moderate resort on the Strip?
So wait, it's not the Dirty Bird anymore?
On this recess, we're checking into one of the best value suites that will shock you.
Whoa, oh my God.
We try some of the newest food on the Strip and explore this iconic resort. We'll even learn a thing or two.
Dropping some Flamingo knowledge on you today.
Subscribe to our channel for more fun videos and join our YouTube membership for extra perks. You know what time it is.
I don't know that.
It's recess time.
All right, so we've made our way inside of the Flamingo and we're about to get our room. Ben and I are really excited. We've never stayed here before and it's often considered maybe the best value on the center strip. The location is perfect. It's right across from Caesar's Palace and the prices are affordable. So we wanted to kind of do a little bit more of a baller on a budget trip here at the Flamingo when we booked a special room. We'll give you all the details when we get it. The Flamingo's actually been going through a little bit of a renaissance lately. There's a few new additions here at the Flamingo that really help set it apart and bring it to the level of its competitors here on the center strip. So we're excited to show you. Okay, so Caesar's is a bit of a racket. You know. They charge you $40 to get your room early prior to 3:30 or 3:45 here, which is a total scam, but I fell for it. You know, I have the money. I'm just going to pay the $40. I know it's enabling bad habits and like giving the resort what it wants, but honestly, I wanted our room. But that being said, we decided, well, we're still waiting for a room to be ready. We were hungry, so we came to Carlos and Charlie's for a little bite to eat. If you're unfamiliar with what Carlos and Charlie's is, it's just a casual Mexican spot, your typical Tex-Mex fare, and really nostalgic for us because we haven't been to a Carlos and Charlie's in forever. They used to have one on Lake Travis in Austin, and it closed down like over 10 or 15 years ago. It hasn't been there in a long time, so it's been a minute since we've been to a Carlos and Charlie's. And I don't know if I want breakfast or lunch. I may just get enchiladas.
And look, we're at the Flamingo. It is baller on a budget for us. So yeah, $40 to splurge. I mean, we're trying to live it up, our best Flamingo life.
I bet you know it's Flamingo, not Flaming O. Just like it's horseshoe and not horse's hoe.
I don't know that. Okay, as Austin boys, as Texas boys, we are kind of harsh critics when it comes to Tex-Mex. Maybe there's a reason why Carlos and Charlie's isn't in Austin anymore. Look at the presentation here. Okay, I'm just kidding. It's actually kind of cute. You have this little brown bag of chips, but the queso, I don't know. Look at this. Okay, no, hold on. I judged it initially, but this looks like legit queso. And there is a difference between nacho cheese dip, the Ricos, you know what I mean? The ballpark cheese and queso, okay? And big difference. And by the smell of it, I'm a little nervous. It's leaning a little more Velveeta. Okay, this is definitely heavier on like the American processed cheese side, but I'm kind of not mad at it. It is good. I see why it may not have survived in Austin. We have amazing queso in Austin. Y'all come visit. Comment down below, we'll give you a recommendation. But yeah, I give this a 3 out of 5. It's good.
Yeah, I have to agree with the bed. The queso is just kind of okay. I wish it had more spice and like more flavor. It's just like super bland cheese. But that being said, it's still serviceable and I'm enjoying it. So yeah, 3 out of 5. I think that's a totally fair rating.
All right, there's a reason why it's not in Austin. We must have run them out of town. No, I'm just kidding. Honestly, it was serviceable. My tacos were a little better. I got the Charlie's plate, Charlie's tacos, which had like chorizo, chicken, and carne asada. I think Chris liked it more because he stole 2 of my tacos. We switched, y'all. But anyway, wonderful lunch. We're still waiting. We have something really special. Like we said, we're balling on a budget, but our room isn't quite ready yet. There aren't that many of them, to my knowledge. So we're really excited about that. We're gonna go explore the grounds though, because there's so much to see. Here at the Flamingo, they are really stretching the term food hall. This is definitely more of a food court. It is nice to see they've got Johnny's Rocket here as well. They seem to have some sort of contract across all of Las Vegas, not just Caesars, but also MGM properties. But Chris promised me something really special. Maybe we'll go to Johnny's Rocket tonight.
All right, it's Flamingo, and it's Johnny Rockets event. How many times do we have to have this convo? And no shade to Johnny Rockets, but that is not where we're going tonight, okay? All right, you can't call yourself the Flamingo and not have actual live flamingos, right? Well, you're in luck. Flamingo has live flamingos. They're right behind me. There's a whole habitat out here. It's a few acres, actually, and it's not just flamingos. They have turtles and koi. It's actually really nice. You're in the middle of the Vegas Strip, and you have a little bit of a nature retreat. The flamingos right now are sleeping, and flamingos are super strange. I love them, but what other bird sleeps on one leg and then their long necks are like tucked into their wing and they're sleeping? And another fun flamingo fact, did you know that they turn pink because of the shrimp that they eat? Well, now you do, now you know. So dropping some flamingo knowledge on you today. Another fun fact about the Flamingo Hotel, did you know that this is actually the oldest continuously running hotel resort on the Strip? I think it's been open since like the 40s. That's crazy. The Strip has undergone so many changes, and the Flamingo has been around to see them all.
I gotta say, I almost forgot that I was in Las Vegas. Obviously, kinda not. You can still kinda hear a bunch of planes and stuff, but it's really beautiful out here. We've only been through a few times. This is our first time staying at the Flamingo like properly, but I gotta say, spending a little bit more time just walking around, taking it all in, it's really tranquil. The waterfalls, the water fountains everywhere. People are just taking pictures of several photo op spots. Comment down below, do y'all like the Flamingo? Have you stayed here? What do you think of like this little sanctuary?
The Flamingo has done a good job about bringing in some sparkly new tenants to help bring it into the modern age and help compete with some of its higher profile competitors here on the Center Strip. But that being said, it does still very much feel like an older property. When you come in the casino, it has like the classic mirrored ceilings. The ceilings are low. It's loud, and the carpets are a little bit older. You can definitely tell there's wear and tear here, but it's a classic. It's vintage, right? One thing too, it definitely has that old casino smell. Like people have been smoking in here for decades and decades and decades. So it's not like the Aria, you know, you're not gonna walk in and be like, oh, I gotta bottle that scent. But you know, it's a classic. All right, our room is ready. We did get it a little bit early, and the early check-in fee was only $20. All right, so I think what Caesars Entertainment does with the early check-in fee is it's a tiered system where the earlier you get your room, the more you pay. So we only paid $20, but we did get it 2 hours early. So it might be like $10 for every hour early that you get it. Normal check-in time isn't until 4. So we did bypass the crazy check-in lines that usually happen at Caesars around 4 because no one wants to pay that fee. So like we said, the room is going to be a little bit of a surprise. We've never seen it before. Let's go check it out. All right, we're in the elevator going all the way up to the 28th floor. These elevators look old. They feel old. Okay, is this how low the ceilings are going to be in the room? Look at this. Man, if you're over like 6 something, you got to duck to get to the doors here. All right, here we are at our room, 24128. Like I said, we have a surprise. We got a great deal on this room. And this is kind of like the creme de la creme here at the Flamingo. Let's see. Ooh.
All right, expensive room, but manual blinds.
Here we go. This is an old hotel, so.
Ooh, look at that view.
Look how dirty the windows are.
Okay.
Dang, that's nice though.
Ah, Omnia, look, the Omnia Club, the pool day club. All right, this room is amazing. Chris was not lying when he said balling on a budget. We're gonna get into all the details, show you every square inch of this amazing room. Chris promised me something tasty here at the Flamingo, and I'm really excited because there actually are pretty good restaurants here at Flamingo, and he promised that I was gonna be really happy with tonight's dinner.
Okay, I'm sure all of you out there are asking yourselves like, Okay, the room was nice, but the Flamingo doesn't have any nice restaurants, does it? We're about to show you why you might have to change your mind about that.
Dang, Chris, I'm so excited. You're taking me to Bugsy and Myers?
No, that's a little bit out of our price range, but Bugsy and Myers is the Flamingo's signature steakhouse, and we hear it's really, really good, but we're not going there tonight. We're taking you somewhere else. All right, Abed, we're going to Gordon Ramsay Burger. That's right, Gordon Ramsay Burger is one of the newest restaurants on the Las Vegas Strip. It's so cool that Gordon Ramsay Burger is here inside the Flamingo. It's definitely adding to the upgraded feeling that this resort is really going through. And we do like his burgers, despite the bun problems. Maybe they won't have a bun problem here. I don't know. We have to just go find out. Let's get in there. All right, so we're now seated inside Gordon Ramsay Burger, and it's a pretty good sized restaurant. We're seated inside, but they do have outside seating, like I said, on the patio that overlooks the Vegas Strip. It's always good to make a reservation here, but we checked before we came and there were definitely plenty of spots open, so we didn't have to make one. We've eaten here a few times, the one at Planet Hollywood, and I think the menu looks pretty much the same. They do have a signature Flamingo cocktail. It's like $32, very expensive, but it comes in a cool Flamingo glass, martini glass. I don't think I'm gonna get that today, but I do know what burger I'm gonna get. And it's just nice to have a Gordon Ramsay burger inside the Flamingo. It really is a step up from, say, like a Carlos and Charlie's or the food court. You know, no disrespect to Carlos and Charlie's, but
Lucky for us, we're not filming our $70 a day. If y'all haven't checked out, we do this challenge where we do $70 a day, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a snack. We did one in Las Vegas. We've probably done one maybe in your hometown or coming soon. So we're not necessarily worried about budget, but we are because everything is so expensive nowadays. So yeah, we are gonna definitely split an appetizer and then not sure yet of what burger I'm gonna get. Chris mentioned the whole bun situation. I'm coming in with an open mind. This is, I think, the 5th or 6th time I've had Gordon Ramsay burger. And when I've had it in the past, I've just had issues with the bottom bun getting too soggy, but there's one on here that looks really good. And I think I'm gonna try it. And I'm coming in with an open mind, so let's see what happens. So we decided to start with the street corn dip. This is definitely a recommend. I don't remember this being on the menu before. Granted, it's on the all-day brunch, and maybe that just wasn't the option at the time. I don't know. This is a must order. It is so good. Definitely squeeze the lime. The corn is fresh. These chips are good. This is a really good appetizer. I'm very happy.
so I got the Hell's Kitchen burger, which has asadero cheese. It has some grilled jalapenos and the jalapeno aioli on it as well. It was really good. Now, I will say our one gripe about the bun still remains true. For some reason, the bottom bun is just like paper thin, and it sometimes can get a little bit soggy. That's because the meat is just on the bottom bun and there's no barrier in between it. But like, that's minor stuff. Just flip the burger over and eat it upside down. That's what I did. It was really good. It tasted really, really good. Got the burger cooked medium. The meat is really high quality. But my favorite part of the meal, as good as the burger was, might be the fries. And pro tip, upgrade your fries to truffle Parmesan fries. These are some of the best fries. I stand by that. They're garlicky, really Parmesan-y, cooked to perfection. If you like truffle, you're gonna love those fries. If you don't like truffle, don't get them, because they are very truffly, but solid dinner at Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay burger, as always, service 5 out of 5. Flavor 5 out of 5. Structural integrity 1 out of 5. But again, that's just a gripe. I still enjoyed my meal. This is probably my favorite burger. The Southwest burger was so flavorful. Everything just really worked well together. The chimichurri, the avocado, the cheese, everything except for that bun. Figure that out, Gordon. I also got side of onion rings, and y'all, I would eat this with every meal. It's their ranch. It's like a cheddar cheese ranch. Perfect. Again, everything has been great. Super excited to see what else we can get up to here at the Flamingo.
All right, so dinner was fantastic at Gordon Ramsay Burger, but I told you, Abed, we have one more place to go, and it's for a little nightcap, maybe a little dessert, and we're here at none other than Pinky's by Lisa Vanderpump. Yes, that's correct. You heard me right. Lisa Vanderpump is at the Flamingo along with Gordon Ramsay. So there's some big heavy hitter names coming into the Flamingo, right? Gordon Ramsay, Lisa Vanderpump. Who's next? I heard a rumor that Salt and Straw is supposed to open up here pretty soon, which is one of our favorite ice cream joints. But anyway, they're not open yet, so we can't go. But we are going to Pinky's. We've been here 2 other times before, and we love it. The aesthetic is so beautiful in there, and the drinks are amazing. But we've never had dessert. So let's get in there. I want something sweet, maybe a little martini. Let's go. All right, so we're actually sitting in the front of Pinky's. Normally we sit in the back, but this is nice. We have the view of the Las Vegas Strip. And listen, I think Lisa Vanderpump knows that influencers like to come to her spots. She wants everyone to have the best lighting. That's why every table has its own personal ring light. Okay? What a nice touch. But man, I love the Art Deco style in here. It's just so beautiful. Lisa Vanderpump knows how to design a restaurant space. Nobody does it like her.
All right, this light is awesome. Look at that. Look at it. Is that enough light? I'm ready for my close-up. Okay. So the Flamingo, like we've been saying, and this is just our opinion, has really been trying to elevate itself. That's just a random recess opinion / maybe fact. You guys comment down below. But bringing in people like Vanderpump, like Gordon Ramsay, even though the burger structurally is a mess, the flavor's there, it's good. I know he's got his fans, but it's also in close proximity to the Linq in the Linq Promenade, which has so many great options. We're having a blast here, and come on, y'all. I know we haven't really shown too much of the room, but trust me, tomorrow morning, we have a lot to say about this room. We have a lot to say about this room. But enjoying some dessert with my sweetheart.
By the way, for all of our viewers out there, this is the first time a bed's ever called me sweetheart, so I don't know what that's about, but I'll take it, I guess. But why'd you call me that?
And the irony is we are right across from the Cromwell. Like, we are in a Lisa Vanderpump restaurant. So you're probably wondering, well, how's that ironic? Well, Caesars just announced that the Cromwell will be revamped, rethemed to Vanderpump Hotel. Now, whether or not it's just a licensing deal, it's just her name, but Lisa Vanderpump will be, influential at least in remaking the Cromwell. Question is, with a Vanderpump cocktail lounge at Caesars, here at the Flamingo, and at the Paris, what's going to go over there? Is the whole thing just going to be one giant cocktail bar and lounge everywhere you go? Goat cheese balls everywhere for everybody.
All right, so for a nightcap here at Pinky's, we decided to go for some sweet stuff. Of course, I had to get just a normal martini. I got the Vanderpump Vesper, which is a mixture of Tanqueray gin. It's got Vanderpump vodka and Lillet Blanc, and it looks gorgeous. There's one thing about Lisa Vanderpump, again, she knows how to present her cocktails very aesthetically. They're always so beautiful. Cheers, everyone. A little bit sweet, super smooth. You can taste the alcohol, but it's not like crazy alcoholic tasting. It's a delicious, clean Vesper martini. Love it. And we had to get some sweet items too, because we didn't get any dessert at Gordon Ramsay. So we decided to come to Pinky's to also get some dessert to cap off the night. And we had to get some tiramisu brownies and the pineapple upside down cake. That looks amazing. Both of these look so good. I can't wait to dive in.
All right, so I got the Deco Drip. Just look at it. It's got Jimmy's all over it. I've always said Jimmy's. And then essentially it's just an espresso martini. Let's taste this. Ooh. Oh, that is good. Now, the menu said like presented or served tableside. I don't know what that means. They just brought it over here. That doesn't bother me at all. It's not the best espresso martini I've ever had. It's definitely a dessert drink, less espresso martini, more dessert drink, which is why it's on the menu as a dessert drink. Rating it as an espresso martini, it'd get a 3 out of 5. Rating it as a dessert drink, 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5 any day. This is really good. Along with the tiramisu brownies, I had to get the pineapple upside down cake. Yes, Gordon Ramsay has sticky toffee pudding, which is phenomenal. That is something they execute to perfection at every Gordon Ramsay restaurant. But I'm sorry, I saw pineapple upside down cake, and it was gonna happen. Ooh. Oh wow, that smells so good. That sponge smells so good. The pineapple is cooked perfectly. That cake is super moist, and the caramel sauce that's in here is just perfect. It's topped with ice cream. I mean, come on. Is there anything better than a warm, pineapple upside down cake with ice cream? I don't think so.
All right, yeah, I think Abed's drink, it's not just, like you said, it's not the typical espresso martini. It's got a lot of other stuff in there too, like Kahlua, chocolate liqueur, a bunch of stuff to like sweeten it up. It looks really good. I'm gonna have to take a sip of that in a minute. But I wanted to try the tiramisu brownies. I don't know what makes them brownies. It really just looks like tiramisu, but here we go. Nice little chocolate piece here. Had to get all the layers. All right, the brownie is the bottom layer, really fudgy. I wish there was a more pronounced coffee flavor. I'm kind of missing the lady fingers of a traditional tiramisu, but I know these are brownies, so I get what they were going for. They do taste really good. I think I'm gonna like the pineapple upside down cake a little bit more though, but these brownies are tasty, and this is a perfect way to end off the night. A little something sweet with my sweet heart.
All right, y'all, we've had an amazing evening, amazing day here at the Flamingo.
Gordon Ramsay burger, Pinkies by Vanderpump, that room. We have so many thoughts on whether or not the Flamingo is actually nice now. Comment down below, what do you think? Have you stayed here, and do you think that it's actually turned the corner and is no longer the dirty bird? We're gonna give you our final thoughts though in the morning.
Chris and I are gonna explore the Linq Promenade because there's just so much going on here. It's so lively, so fun. IT Sugar is right there, and it's calling my name. So I'm definitely gonna head in there. But in the morning, let's talk about whether or not it's worth balling on a budget here at the Flamingo.
The next morning.
Good morning, everybody. It is the next morning. We had a great night's sleep here in the room. And as promised, let's give you our final thoughts about this ridiculous suite here at the Flamingo. Now, before I get started, just know Abed and I have stayed in several suites on the Las Vegas Strip. If you've been following our channel, you know that we've stayed in the 2-bedroom Aria penthouse suite. We've stayed in the wraparound terrace suite at the Cosmopolitan. So we've stayed in a few of the really nice suites here on the Las Vegas Strip. And you know what? I gotta say it. I'm gonna add the Flamingo suite to that list. Now, this is, I think, called the Vice Presidential Suite. We're on the very top floor, the 28th floor of the Flamingo. And this was under $500. Like I said, we got such a steal for it. So when you're booking your next Vegas trip, if you want to stay in a suite for an affordable price, check out the Flamingo. Now, this is a weekday, so that does kind of affect the prices a little bit. I'm sure it'll be more expensive on the weekend and around holidays and special events. So do your research and just kind of see what works for you, but you can get this room at a deal. Okay, now listen, we understand $450 is still a pretty hefty price tag for a room. You can find an abundance of much cheaper rooms that might work more for your budget, but in comparison to other basic rooms on the Las Vegas Strip, it's kind of the same price. If you're looking at the Wynn, Encore, the Venetian, those really high-end resorts like that, a basic king room can run you anywhere from $350 to $450. So around the same price point as this suite, and this is 1,400 square feet. This is massive. The room is open concept living. It's got a wet bar with 3 bar stools. It's got a huge living area and seating area with 2 giant couches that honestly people could probably sleep on if you want to share this room with people. It's got 2 really good sized flat screen TVs, one in the living room and one in the bedroom. Of course, the centerpiece of the room is this awesome pool table. I mean, you see that on like MTV Cribs. I've always wanted a pool table in our room, and we got to play a few games, and it was so much fun overlooking the Las Vegas Strip. It's just like something you see in the movies. All right, so the separate bedroom is basically just like a regular Flamingo room. Now, the bathroom does have some upgrades, like it does have 2 shower heads in the shower, and it's a giant walk-in shower. Now, I will be honest, taking a shower in there did kind of feel like I was in a locker room just because it was such a big shower with multiple shower heads everywhere. It was still really nice. It was a little bit dark. I wish there was a little bit more lighting in that restroom, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. And overall, we really enjoyed our time here in this room. Again, so much space to spread out, a pool table to play on. It was just a really cool experience, and I'm so glad we got to book it. Now, if you're looking for a luxurious suite experience, the Flamingo is probably not it. Honestly, the Flamingo is still a budget property. It's still a budget-friendly property, and that includes its suites. So you're not gonna get marble floors. You're not gonna get automated curtains. You're not gonna get, you know, AI assistants in the room or like Google Homes or Siris or HomePods or anything like that to control every little thing in it. So it's a pretty bare bones suite, but if that's all you're looking for and you don't really care, you just want a bunch of space to maybe entertain and stay for a really good price, look at the Flamingo. The Flamingo has some of the most recently updated rooms here on the Las Vegas Strip, especially Center Strip. So take a look at it. I know that they've updated their standard rooms as well, and you can definitely tell that, it feels a little bit fresher inside the Flamingo while still maintaining a lot of the vintage vibes that make it, such a beloved property here on the Strip and a classic.
Okay, so our stay here at the Flamingo was something that we avoided. For the longest time, people calling it the Dirty Bird. It was just something that just didn't appeal to us, but boy, were we wrong. This is a beautiful property. It's located Center Strip across from Caesar's Palace. The Linq Promenade to me is one of the biggest selling points. I don't know if people really highlight that enough. You have access to so many great restaurants, bars, and entertainment. But final thoughts, Chris and I have stayed at nearly every resort here on the Las Vegas Strip, and I love it. I would come back again. Bougie on a Budget was fun, it was exciting, and it's something that I found really rewarding given the fact that Chris and I work full time. We're paying for these rooms out of pocket, but to get something like that was really special for that price point, just something that he and I could just enjoy. 2 thumbs up, can't recommend that enough.
But that's gonna do it for our time here at the Flamingo. And like we always say, make sure to live your life one recess at a time. Thanks, everyone.